Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so I just did a bridal makeup trial with myself and I think I nailed it. I've been practicing. Yes, my wedding's not for 8 months, but it's really nerve-wracking to like do your own makeup and stuff. So I've been practicing because I don't, you know, I'm good at makeup, but like I'm not like good at doing my wedding makeup. So I've been practicing a lot. Let me go in better lighting. I like kept practicing and it didn't feel like me, and then I don't know, this feels like me. This feels like bridal. I feel like it'll look good in photos. I kept trying to do like eyeliner and I'm like, I don't wear eyeliner. It doesn't look that good on me because I have like hooded lids. So I just did one color eyeshadow. I did a little bit of like darker shadow smudged into the lash line, and then lashes. What do we think? I have to see how it wears and see if I need to like touch anything up, because that's like a big thing that I'm worried about. But I love it. Ah! Okay, now I also have to do my hair and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. Okay, so my dress is like really detailed in the shoulders, has sleeves, and so I definitely want it like off, and so I kept thinking up. But maybe if I do it down, it has to be like behind the ears, like it has to be behind my back. So I don't know, those are my two options. But I feel like I'll do something simple with the hair. Like, you know what I mean? Let the dress, let the face speak for itself. But I wanted to show you, speaking of wedding stuff, oh my God, I can't believe how fast it's coming. Like, time is flying by. I feel like we had just booked the venue and it was like a 1.5 years and it felt like forever. And now it's in less than a year. Okay, so I want to show you this. So when we were in Philly for our engagement party, my mom and I went up to her attic to look for like wedding stuff, because like she had like her dress up there and my grandmother's dress and like all this other stuff. So we were just seeing what we could find. Look what we found. Look at this purse. It is a vintage, this was vintage from like when my mom got it. This was my mom's wedding purse. And so it's like extra vintage. And my mom used it for her wedding. But then we were like, oh, what's in it? You know, tissues, of course. This is a super absorbency Playtex tampon from the 80s. So this will be my something old. There's like a little penny in here. I think this is like, it was like an old tradition of like put a penny in your shoe or something, it's good luck. So I think this was her penny. But my parents are divorced, so I might just keep that in there. I don't think we'll be using that. But so my mom, unfortunately, my mom and my grandmother didn't preserve their dresses. So they were in really bad shape and unfortunately had to be thrown away. They were like moldy. But before we did, I pulled these off my grandmother's dress, which are like these little rosettes. They used to be white, so they'll have to be like cleaned and bleached or whatever. But I thought it'd be cute to make like a little, I don't know, maybe my mom could wear it as like a boutonniere type thing, or like make a little hair clip out of it. That's what I was gonna say. Anyway, so we found that, which is really exciting. My mom's dress was really pretty. It's like very 80s and it's not the style anymore, but and of course it had to be thrown away. It was like a biohazard. But before we did that, sorry, I'm trying to close this. I pulled off the lace overlay from her dress because I'm getting, which wasn't moldy. It does need to be cleaned, but it wasn't moldy, thankfully. Because I'm getting my veil custom made by the place where I got my dress. And so I thought maybe we could use this to incorporate into my veil somehow. Like, look how pretty this is. Look at the end. I mean, I was thinking more at the bottom because this like clashes with my dress, but if it was like on the edge, because it's gonna be a long veil with like a train, so like this on the end. How cute would that be? So that's exciting, and I just love the little special touch of it like being from my mom's dress, and now it's like a part of mine. Anyway, but speaking of the wedding, we're like really financially not in a great place right now, honestly. Like, I've been having many panic attacks about it because Ted is as a lot of you guys know, he's a filmmaker and he's an editor, and with the strike going on, he has not had work. Things have been really slow on my end. I thought it was me. I like went through this whole thing where I was like, I'm washed up, I'm too old, I've aged out of this industry, nobody wants me. And then I made like an TikTok only friends to like talk to other mutual creators and stuff. And everyone was like, dude, I have not been working this summer. I thought it was me. It's just really slow. And so I don't know if that's affected from the strike. It seems like everything's kind of like a trickle down effect. But either way, whether it's strike related or just industry related, there's not a lot of work going around. When we're both not working, you know, we start to get scared. But no, it's been really hard. I actually haven't been this scared financially since when I first moved to LA and was so poor. Just had barely 2 pennies to rub together. So thank God for my mom's penny. No, I'm making jokes, but it's been really hard. And unfortunately, like, when it rains, it pours. So it's like, we have this wedding and have to pay for all of these things, and we couldn't have foreseen like this happening. And so it's just been really scary. So I've been trying to like do what I can to like supplement my income until like this is kind of past. I've been thinking about going back into, I was talking to my therapist about it, about like selling my ceramics again. I like look back on that time of my life pre-COVID, and it's like, I just miss it so much. And I have been in the past like year been getting back into ceramics for me, and like making vases for the wedding, and it's just been so fulfilling. But I always like mention how I miss the days where I was like in the studio 4 or 5 times a week, and I was like spending so much time there, and I was making things and I was selling them, and I was seeing you guys like use them and tag me in pictures and things, and like I felt so powerful. Like I felt like a little artist that was like working, and people were supporting my art and using them and loving them, and it just like I was shipping them out. Like I felt like a little like businesswoman, and I felt like an artist, and it was like such a good time. And then like COVID really changed that, and it changed my relationship with ceramics because I obviously wasn't able to go into the studio for a really long time, and so it's just been hard to get back there. But just with all this like financial stuff going on, my therapist was like, why don't you get back into that? Like, you've been talking about that for a long time. And so I think I will. And I just think I was afraid that I'm like, it's been so long, I don't think people are interested anymore, and this and that. But then I did like an Instagram poll, and you guys were like so supportive and were like, yes, I want this, I want that. And I was just like so excited. So I think I'm gonna do that, and like, you know, and that'll just like help supplement and be like my income for a while. I sold some clothes on Depop, and you guys bought those, and that was so great. So yeah, I'm just trying to do what I can because I'm not really qualified for jobs, like, to be honest. I mean, the only real experience I have like in the work field outside of being a creator or a ceramicist is working in retail, like beauty retail. And that was like, if you've ever worked retail, it's just soul sucking, and it's not a lot of money, especially not enough to like warrant how soul sucking it is. But I'm possibly going to be freelancing at some stores in the city just to supplement some income. I just feel like if the wedding wasn't looming, I feel like I could relax a little bit, but because it is, I don't want to go into debt for my wedding. And so I'm trying to just do what I can, and that might be like doing the thing that I never wanted to do again, which is working in retail. But you know, it doesn't have to be forever, and that's just what I keep reminding myself. It's like, it's just for now. So I'll be doing that and making content, and also doing ceramics. And so it's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna be very busy, but I think it'll be good. Struggling with money, like, here's where I messed up. Like, these circumstances are not our fault and they're out of our control, but where I messed up is I didn't plan for an emergency like this. You guys know, I shop a lot. Like, I don't have like a shopping addiction and I don't like spend beyond my means, but I definitely like haven't made saving a priority. I've just been very like money comes, money goes, live in the moment, etc. And like, while that's nice, it's times like these where like I could have had like a emergency like nest egg, and now it's like just scary. But you know what? I feel like it's good to have these like learning experiences and learning lessons, and so I'm just trying to be better. So I'm not going to be buying anything that's not a necessity for a long time. So I've been like shopping my makeup stash, and like, you know, Nuuly's great because I get like new clothes every month, and that's like, you know, a simple way. And I haven't been buying them. It's been so hard, but like even when I love something, I send it back and I'm like, something new is coming and I can always run it again. So I'm just trying to be more thoughtful and budget and things. And so I just feel like it's very grown up, and it's like I'm in my 30s. It's about time that I just be more responsible. It can be hard, I think, like especially for like millennials or Gen Z, to feel like we have a future that we're saving for, you know? Like, so many people told us like, oh, you shouldn't have a wedding, you should buy a house. And I'm like, you think we're gonna be able to buy a house? You think like any money that our family gave us for our wedding like could go towards a house? Like, it couldn't, you know what I mean? It's like, it could, I guess, but like it would be a drop in the bucket essentially to what we would need to buy a house here in LA. So it's just one of those things where you're just like, it feels hopeless, and so you're like, I'll just buy the shoes, or I'll buy the makeup, or because this is like, I don't have a future. But I don't know, it's just kind of put things in perspective for me, because I'm like, I'd rather have money and financial security than just endless things, you know? Yeah, that's what's going on with me. It's been hard, and I feel like it can be like, sometimes people can like see someone being an influencer or whatever and think like, oh, all influencers make a ton of money, but like it really just varies. And when you're freelance in any job, it's up and it's down. And so while we've been comfortable, like, we're not rich by any means, and now we're in like a scary place. Yeah, we're trying to get out of that scary place. And I know we will, but it just sucks to worry about money. It really sucks. Like, I'm like, just give me like $1 million. I don't need a private jet. I just want a small house, and I want like a nice vacation every year. It's like, I'm not asking for much. When work picks back up for both of us, when the strike's over, I think it would be good to still have some supplemental income, especially for the wedding. Like, this whole moment has just got me thinking a lot just about financial security and like how important that is. That's why I'm like, it's taken something like this to like kind of light a fire under me, but it's got me like really thinking that it's like, okay, even if I get like 3 brand emails tomorrow and get like 3 gigs at my normal rate, I would like to still be supplementing my income, especially because of the wedding. And after the wedding, it'll be an, you know, honeymoon, and I just don't want to go into credit card debt, because that's when it gets really scary. I went through this actually years ago when, for so long, my main source of income, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but my main source of income was Glossier commission. Like, that was the reason I was able to quit these like shitty jobs I took when I moved to LA. Like, I was working like desk jobs for minimum wage when I moved to LA, because that was all I could get. Like, I didn't have experience. I did some like retail freelancing, but the hours are like flexible, and like, while that's like appealing to me now, at the time I needed like 40-hour-a-week jobs, and so I just had no money. And then Glossier started their rep program, and I like started doing it and making videos using Glossier, and it was all natural because like I fell in love with Glossier and I was using it a lot in my videos, which I wasn't making money on my videos, like, but I wasn't like doing sponsorships or anything like that. Wasn't happening for me yet. I was still a very small time creator, but Glossier like really changed my life at the time because even though I had not a lot of followers, you guys were so like supportive and just excited about the products that I was excited about. And so when you guys were like using my code or like my links, I was making as much money as I was at these desk jobs. And so I was able to leave them and dedicate myself full time to content creation. And so that like really changed my life. And then I started making more than I was at the desk job, and it was like really becoming an income where like I could move into a nicer apartment and like things were really good. But again, like I wasn't, oh my god, my camera's dying. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, so that was my main source of income, was my Glossier commissions. And then I would start to get, at that time, like my YouTube channel and stuff was growing and I was getting like some other work over time. But then the Glossier, like the whole industry changed, I feel like, and Glossier started becoming less popular, and so less people were buying it. I was using it less, and like I got really scared because I had like put all my eggs in that basket essentially. Like my income was dependent on my Glossier sales. But it was like great for years where it was just like that's what I was kind of coasting on. And then things were changing and I was like worried that I had put all my eggs in that basket, and it's like that's a sinking ship, and what do I do next? And so I started just focusing more on brand partnerships and branching out and things like that, and it really worked out. But like there was that scary moment where I was like, wait, having income tied to one thing is really scary, because what do you do when that doesn't work out anymore? So I've kind of been here before, and yeah, but now it's like in a larger scale of like, okay, what about when all of the brand partnerships like are slowing down, when it's like a time of the year where it's really slow? Because that happens, like, you know, there's like times of the year where like new products are coming out, like there's a lot of campaigns, a lot of brands doing outreach, and there are times where they're not, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna be doing, so I got, you know, it's gonna take some time to start selling my ceramics because I have to make things, but I'm gonna start dedicating like a few days a week to the studio to work on making stuff for you guys. It made me so happy to see that a lot of you were interested and still interested in my ceramics, and like it just warmed my heart because I had just convinced myself over the years that you guys were over it. And, you know, we can just really, our minds can really like convince us of these terrible things. That like, I'm too old and nobody cares about me anymore, and that's why brands weren't reaching out, and nobody cares about my ceramics anymore. That was then, this is now. Like, can just really be like cruel. And so that was like really so kind and like enlightening. It really changed my life, and I've been like looking for a way to get back into it and like to feel motivated. And I have been, like, for myself, like I've been making a lot of things, but you know, not to sell. So it's just gonna take some time to like create a collection. This world is so fucked sometimes, isn't it? But at least my makeup looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna go for now, but I'll check in a bit later. Okay, so I always take the longest breaks between filming. So it's been like a week since we last chatted. I swear to God, I've been killing flies in my house all day. All day. There was like 7. Got my fly sweater, and I see another one. There's 2. Are you kidding me? Tell me that's 3. You're fucking joking. You're joking. I don't even think I can. Oh my God! Why is there? Where are they coming from, you guys? I'm not joking, there's so many. Where are they coming from? Where? They're all on this window. Are they like getting in here somehow from there? It's like we're having like a heat wave right now, so it's like a, oh my god, I got one. It's like 100 degrees. I don't understand. We don't have like any trash or any food like around. I'm just looking around. Where the fuck are they coming from? Seriously. I'm trying to see if they're like, I mean, it's an old house, so I'm sure there's like a million places where they could be coming in. But I'm so confused. I don't know if they're coming in from this window or if they're just gravitating towards it because it's like the brightest window. That's like the 10th one. What is happening? Oh my god, I seen one more. It's on my prescription box. There's, what is going on? There's 3. Oh my god. You guys, this isn't even funny. Ew. I feel like I'm in a horror movie. Where are they coming from? I'm checking, like, I checked our compost, like, this is fine. We change it regularly. What is happening? You guys. Are they just like slipping in through the cracks because it's so hot? I've never had this I swear to God, I have to keep this fly swatter out. There's another one. They're like multiplying. I have to vacuum up all the dead flies. No. Now I just keep hearing buzzing, but I think it's in my head. I'm like going insane. Where are they coming from? Legit, I can't figure it out. Because I've checked like my plants, like I regularly take care of all the plants and stuff. I can't find anything. I'm checking Ted's office now to see if there's like, there's one right here. Where the fuck are they coming from? I'm like afraid I'm gonna like find something. Like, is there like cat vomit somewhere like behind a piece of furniture? Wizard, where are all the flies coming from? Find the source. Sniff them out. They're not, there's none in here. The only thing I can think of is like, it's an old house, so there's probably like cracks and stuff where flies are able to get in, I guess. But I've never seen anything like this, and we've had heat waves before. The only time we've had flies this bad is when, before we had the screen on the back door and we would let the cats out, we obviously keep the door open because there is a little doggy door here, but they're afraid of it. So like there's like a dog door behind there, but we just block it because they refuse to go through it. So we like open the door and we have this screen, and now granted they could come under here, but we haven't had the door open in a while. Wait. There's flies out here. Hold up. Do you see them all? Oh, there's no flies in there. That's the only thing back here. Where? What's this? Are they getting in there? No, that's sealed off. Is there like a dead animal? I don't smell anything. I'm so confused. I'm like, oh. You guys, I think I found the source. Oh my god. Oh my god. What was that? Oh, I think it was a lizard. Okay. Should I show you? Okay, I'm gonna show you, but warning if you don't like bugs and stuff. Look. Those are maggots. And that is a lizard's tail. Oh my god. There's freaking grasshoppers. Oh! Okay, now I'm scared of everything. I need to get this bug killer. Oh my god. Oh. I'm disgusted. Why isn't Ted home right now? I knew it was maggots. I knew it. Oh god. I hate this. I just moved the trash can and I found so many more maggots. And now my sprayer isn't working. So I need to get, I don't think I have any other bug spray. I do have Clorox though. I'm gonna try that. I mean, it is poisonous, so it's gotta help. They're everywhere. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna let them soak in that poison. And I'll check on them in a little bit, and then I'll like hose them away. Oh my god. I knew it! I knew there was something dead. There's so many freaking lizards, like, in our yard. They're everywhere. So, I guess, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Wizard is the reason. Because he loves chasing them, and he's like, doesn't intend to kill them, but he has killed one before just by accident, because he loves chasing it. And so I wouldn't be shocked if it like ran, if he was like playing with it too rough, and then it ran under the trash can and died. And then the maggots found it. Oh, I feel like they're everywhere. Listen, I'm not even joking, 20 flies in the house.
There was 25?
20 flies. Yes, I've been killing them all day. And I moved the trash can, and there's a dead lizard and like a million maggots feasting on it.
No.
Yeah. Like there's they had dead flies all over the floor that I need to vacuum up.
Ew.
When you get home, I need you to take over.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, so that's what I'm up to.
Well, thanks for the update, baby.
You're welcome. Okay, so like here's the silver lining. It was outside. You know what I mean? Like obviously the flies are finding a way in, but the maggots and the dead lizard outside. So you just have to count your blessings, and you just got to be grateful for, you know, that everything worked out. And I just saw there's another fly. How many are there? Are they just still, they keep coming in? I wonder how they're getting in. Probably a million hundred ways, but I guess at least this will be over. Anyway, let's move on to bigger and better things, more lovely things. I need to put on some perfume because I feel disgusting. And I wanted to talk about this perfume. I talked about it on TikTok, but I didn't talk about it on here. And it's by Virgil. Okay, perfume girlies know where it's at. And let me prop you up. Oh, okay, so this is Torino 21 by Virgil. I've been like obsessing over this sample I've had of it because I'll be honest, so I ordered the sample, like I have so many samples and I haven't even like explored all of them because it's just like too many. And so I'll like smell one and then move on sometimes. And then one day I was like organizing it, looking at them, and I was like, you know what, let me give this a try. Heaven. I love when you discover a gem that's already in your arsenal and you're like, I can't believe I've been sleeping on this. This is the ultimate summer fragrance, like on a hot day. This is minty, this is herbal, this is like citrus, mint, basil, herbs, like it is everything refreshing. Like this perfume feels like cold and crisp, you know what I mean? And so I love spraying it when it's like so hot like today and you can't stand it. Like sometimes even like your favorite fragrance can just be like cloying on a really hot day. This is incredible. And it lasts on skin, mind you, for like 10 hours. I'm not kidding. I'll spray this on my wrist or like my forearm. By the time I go to bed tonight, it'll be there. It'll be there until I shower. Like seriously, I've never even had a perfume that lasted on skin like that. Clothes, yes. Skin? Anyway, so I had to share it with you guys. Twisted Lily actually sent this to me. They like reached out and was like, hey, anything on your summer wish list? And I was like, look at this gorgeous bottle. It's like so heavy. So it is pricey because it's Girjoff and like, you know, they're like super luxury. But Twisted Lily did give me a discount code. This is not sponsored. They just gifted it to me. So if you guys want to check this out or some samples or another fragrance anyway, that's my code. And I think it's 10% off you get. So yeah, I'll leave that. But oh my God, this is bringing me back to life after Maggot Gate. I'm glamorous. I'm not covered in sweat from killing the maggots outside my house. I haven't been killing flies all day. Oh, nothing like putting on your $200 perfume after killing some maggots. Let's go check on them. I want to make sure they're dying. Well, there's just a few struggling along. Drink up, little guys. But at least I don't see any more flies flying around. And then the maggots are few and far between. So I've drowned the lizard in poison. So at least they'll get up on out of here. But there's a fly right there. I gotta get that fly. I gotta get that fly. Okay, so some things have changed in this past week, as they do. Hang on, let me just, all right. I'm done. Ted can deal with it when he gets home. He can kill the others. Anyway, it's so freaking hot. My AC won't even go below 77. And I'm sweating. I just did my makeup, damn it. Okay. So the last time we chatted, I was like worried about money. Still am, don't get me wrong. But I said I was like taking a freelancing job. The more I thought about it, I just can't go back. I can't go back to what I was doing before. Like it was just, I hated it. I hated it so much and I did it for so long. And I felt like so relieved to be done with it that I was like, you know, I went through the motions. I like applied for the job. I interviewed. I got the job. And then I was like, I will literally do anything to not do it, to not do that, like that retail experience. And I actually have a couple jobs come in, sponsored jobs, which has been good. And so it's kind of set me up to like have a little time to kind of gather, you know, what I need to do. And okay, so I told you guys I was gonna start selling my ceramics. From there, the ideas started spiraling, right? They started snowballing. This is what happens to me. I've spent the last 3 years in a flop. It's been my flop era, okay? The pandemic just like wiped all of my creativity and motivation clean, and I like haven't been able to find it again. And I feel like I did. I feel like this like scary part, like this like scary time kind of like propelled me into like having to think about these things and like think about what I want to do with my life. And I'm really liking the direction it's going. So okay, so a friend of mine, I was talking to a friend of mine about like what's going on. She was like, you should do merch. And I was like, I don't want to do merch because I just don't, I feel like you know, it's been fun to do in the past. Like it was fun like when I had a podcast to do like podcast merch. And then I did merch once of just like my face, like holding my cats in my apartment, and I designed it all cute and whatever, and like some of you still have it, and I still have the merch as well, and it's like a fun like period in my life. But I just don't feel like I want to like have merch like with my name on it or with my face on it, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like I've been there, done that, and I want something a little bit more sustainable, like a little bit more creative. And then I was like, wait, I should just design clothes that I like and would want to wear, you know? But I just never thought it was possible. Like I thought I like had to have like capital or like an investor or like a brand reach out to me or whatever. And a friend of mine actually has a line of clothes that he designs himself, and then everything's like made to order. And so then like he came over and like showed me like the ropes and like how he did it, whatever, and it was just like from there. So anyway, long story short, I designed 3 hats, 3 t-shirts, and 3 tote bags to start, just to like see how this goes and to like start small. And then Ted and I spent all day over the weekend designing my website, and I'm gonna sell all of like my art there. And so like I also had this idea where I'm like, okay, well then I guess I need to have like a brand name, and then I have my ceramics need to be separate, whatever. And then I was like, no, it should all be the same. It's like all me. So then I spent like all week like designing and like feeling so excited, and it'll be launching soon. Eventually there'll be ceramics on there. I'm working on the ceramics now, and I think like I'll do some like made to order pieces. So I made for myself, if you saw on Instagram, a cake jewelry box, and I've been thinking about making more, but they take so long and they're so like intricate. And so I'm like, if I make a couple and then I can make them made to order, I can make them to order. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just thinking, and I'm just like, wait, it's all coming back to me. Like I'm like, this is like my dream, is to be like an entrepreneur. I was gonna say entrepreneurial or entrepreneur, and it came out bad, but this is like my dream, and I just feel like in control, and I feel creative, and I feel motivated, and it's like all I've been working on, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. And you know what, I think if I'm excited, you guys are gonna be excited. Like this isn't just merch I slapped my name on, you know what I mean? Like I really sat and thought about, what's a t-shirt I want to wear personally? What's a hat I want? And so I ordered them, and they're on their way, and I can't wait for them to get here, because I need, before I like launch, I need to like see them myself and wear them and just be able to like know if there's anything I want to change. And then eventually, yeah, I'm gonna have like my ceramics on there. And so I'm like, even like the designing of the website got me like inspired to think of like what ceramics I want to put on it. Anyway, so I turned that job down, and it was like a huge weight off my shoulders. And I just feel like I have direction now. You know, it's like, was I really gonna be doing that job, making so little money and putting all my time into that, when I could be like putting the same amount of time into this, and it's so much more fulfilling? Anyway, I really can't wait for you guys to see some of the stuff. Like the vibe is funny but cute, little self-deprecating, you know, it's like me, it feels like me. And so I hope you guys like everything. I have merch coming out. It's not merch, it's just, I don't know what to say. I don't want to be like, I have a brand, I have a clothing line, because it's not like I have a team that's like working for me, you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm screen printing the shirts myself. It's like a website that you can upload your own designs onto, and then they do the work and ship them. Technology these days is pretty cool. I'm so excited. This vlog is probably long now at this point. The flies really took over. They really took over the vlog. They took over my house. They took over my life. And that tends to happen, doesn't it? So yeah, I feel like I started this vlog in one place, I'm ending it in another, and that's just life, isn't it? This is like, let this be a lesson that if you're having a bad day, if you're having a bad week, the tides can turn like that. I always say this because, okay, when we went to Hawaii and we went on this hike called the Kalalau Trail hike. You can look it up. It's like grueling. It's actually like a really crazy long hike that's like 11 miles, but you don't need a permit to go the first 2 out and back. 2 miles in, 2 miles out. And also don't let me, like, we say 2 miles in, 2 miles out. That was what I thought. I was like, oh. No, it's the most grueling hike I've ever been on. I felt like I was facing death, and I was covered in mud and sweat, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm dehydrated. I'm going to vomit on this trail. They're gonna have to airlift me. That was a whole experience I had, right? And there was a moment on the hike where I've never been more tired in my life, and I've never been more sure that I was gonna like vomit and have heat stroke. I was like, this is the worst moment of my life. And then it started raining, and I cooled off, and I got a second wind, and I didn't throw up, and I just felt so alive. And I like skipped the rest of the hike. And granted, I was so tired, but something about that like just gave me the biggest adrenaline rush to be rained on when you're like dying of heat and like dehydration. I was like a new person. I felt renewed. And then to have finished that hike and gotten through it, I was like, I never thought I could do that. And now I use that. It's like, I will never do that again. Like, I will never go on that hike again, but I do recommend it for this reason, because I'm like, I really proved a lot to myself. And I always say this, I think about that hike often, because I think, okay, I can be at my absolute lowest and think something for sure is gonna happen, but you don't even realize how close joy is to that moment. Like, you don't even realize that it could be right there, right beyond your line of vision. It's right there. And so I've learned on that hike, sounds ironic, but to not always trust myself, because like we want to like trust ourselves or whatever, but like when you have anxiety and OCD, sometimes you can trust yourself a little bit too much. You can be sure that you're like, something bad is going to happen. And it kind of like allowed me to be like, you know what, that's not true, because you couldn't have foreseen that. Anyway, just my little like pep talk for you guys. If you're having a bad time, just know you don't even realize joy is just on the other side. It's just there. You can't see it, but it's there. So that's how I'm feeling in this moment of just like learning to let go and let things reshape. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.